Okay, Joe, I think they can hear you moving on the couch there. So, oh, hey, we're going here. Hey, hello, everybody. Yes, it's your great friend Pozzible here, and I'm back in action with Bucky.
Hello.
And Joe.
Hello.
And we are doing another version of our next batch. What movies are coming out this weekend from Tinseltown? Well, actually, we're not going to start with a movie that comes out the weekend. We're coming out with a movie that comes out on Wednesday. It's, Mortal Instruments, City of Bones. Because guess what? There is yet another hidden society in our midst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, and you know what? They're everywhere, and yet we can't see them for some reason because they look all funny, but only certain people can see them, like Lily Collins. And what better way to protect your daughter from these evil creatures than to deny their existence and try to run away from them? Works for me. How about you?
That was the one problem I did have watching the trailer. It's like, don't get me wrong, Lily Collins, beautiful actress, very talented in the movies I've seen her in, but just the plot of this, it just disturbs me. It's like it's been done to death.
I know, but you know why they chose this. They're trying to break into the tween market, and this is like, it kind of reminds me of back in the day when people were trying to break into the superhero market, right? Now, superheroes, they have been making shows about them since the beginning of Hollywood itself. You should see some of the earlier versions of Batman and Superman. They were terrible.
I have one of the early versions of Batman.
And Superman was still bulletproof.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't fight the gun, though.
Yeah, you threw the gun at him and he had to duck. but you get the idea. So yes, the plot's been good before. You get a bunch of sexy teens who have to battle the evil monsters. You have that one guy with the famous line, because obviously he's human, but he looks outside and says, "Don't worry, the werewolves are here to save us." Never thought I'd say that in my lifetime. But, I don't know. I think it's going to have some humor. I think it's going to try. I just can't bring myself to recommend this movie, though, guys. I'm sorry. It's different. I mean, I guess it's because of Twilight, that I see too much Twilight. I want to like this movie. I really do. So I can't give it a pass. I got to throw a decide on it, And hopefully it turns out that I am wrong, that it was actually a good movie. Bucky, what do you think?
This is a really tough call for me because with the plot of the movie,
seems a little off.
I would say pass. However, like I said, I do like Lily Collins. I do think that she's going to be the saving grace of this movie if I decide to see it.
I think the characters are going to do it too because they have some really cute characters in here. They got the tough chick. They got her boyfriend who's the badass killer. I like his line. When it's like they're totally outnumbered, there's only like 4 of them, and there's a whole room full of this army of the undead or demons or whatever they happen to be. Can't be vampires, that's been done. But then again, so werewolves. Boy, we're lost, aren't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, he's like, it's like there's too many of them. He's like, have a little faith. It's like, yeah, we're going to get ripped to pieces, but believe in yourself. So what do you say? Give it a final label.
It's really tough. I will say see it. Only because I like the actress.
Oh, Lily.
That is the only reason I'm saying.
You saved it for Bucky. Good job, Lily. Joe, what do you say?
Honestly, see it. My interest is kind of peaked. So,
what was your favorite part about the trailers?
I don't know. I liked. I don't. It's hard for me to say. My favorite part. When we were looking at the trailer, I really kind of got into this one.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So we got two
nerd.
We got 2 seats, 1 to decide. As for people who love science fiction and fantasy, you would think we would jump all over this. However, there's just something about it and I think it's a story where it's like, again, you're on the run from supernatural beings who are very powerful, so you run away and you hide this reality from your daughter. It's like, what she has to do, but you don't want her to be a part of that world. And I guess you really got no choice. But who knows? Maybe they'll explain it better than the trailers did.
Possibly.
Yeah? But speaking of the trailers, next up, we have You're Next. No, this is not a movie about a barbershop or about a hostess at a restaurant. This is supposed to be...
That is possibly the worst joke.
It was the funniest joke ever! Come on, You're Next. Who says You're Next? Barbers do it. Hostesses at a restaurant do it. Who else says You're Next?
Well, Goldberg in professional wrestling used to say, "Who's next?"
Okay, yeah, it's not a wrestling movie either. Yeah. It's a ready. Do some gasp here. Home invasion movie.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. Basically, we got this good, decent family who all of a sudden is invaded by these people wearing animal masks. And they don't, and you know what? It's like The Collector joined them. For those who don't know, it's a horror movie where this guy puts up a bunch of booby traps. Do not watch The Collector. I do not recommend that movie. What really disappoints me about this movie, what really hurts me, is when the trailers first came out, it was all the rage. People were amazed at how shockingly scary the trailers were.
They were scary?
Yes, that's what people were saying. And maybe I've seen too many trailers, maybe I've seen too many movies, but I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, I'm expecting to be scared here at some moment, because we all know what's going to happen when a girl looks underneath the bed, which you're not supposed to do in a horror movie. But what happens?
The face always comes up.
Yeah, the face is like, boo, hoo! It's like, we know that's going to happen. And, you have to be such an idiot that all these people do is run around the people and get killed one at a time. Oh, spoiler alert, they die. Anyway, the only reason I do want to see this, though, is I want to know who those people are under the mask and why they're doing it. However, don't be surprised if they don't tell us. After all, wouldn't the real horror be that they were just kids who ran into a home, killed a bunch of people, and left?
Possibly. Basically, with this, I'm reminded of two movies. Mm-hmm. Basically, The Purge.
Exactly.
Because that's just it. It's too soon after The Purge to release a movie like this. And two, one of my favorite home invasion movies is The Strangers.
Yeah, exactly.
Liv Tyler was in that, and the way they did the trailers was a lot scarier than this one. But with this one, I don't see anything different, because with The Strangers, there was speculation as to who the strangers were that entered the house. Because if they don't explain who the strangers are in this, your next movie, then what would be the point? How are they scary,
Right. One thing that also gets me a little bit about this, there have been lots of home invasions. Fair Game, The Strangers. Most of the time, though, the things that happen is you get everyone into a room and they talk to you through the mask, but you because you're so scary, you tell them to do things, Here, they're doing things to them. They're setting up booby traps. This has got to be a mansion. Watching the trailer, they live in a very big house.
Yeah, no one's ever attacked in a trailer park.
Yeah, exactly. A home invasion movie in a trailer park. Now, that would be interesting to see. Yeah. But you know what? The rating on this one. When it came to Mortal Instruments, it was a decide with more of a see it on it. But this one's a decide with more of a pass on it. And I'll tell you why. It's because the trailer just didn't sell me. And maybe it was hyped. Maybe, of course, if the media, you get somebody writing an article for you, they want to hype it up, Maybe I was too hyped, expecting something unique, but I'm not seeing anything unique here. I'm seeing Saw, I'm seeing The Collector, I'm seeing booby traps, I'm seeing things that pop out and go boo, So, I was wrong about The Conjuring. We'll see if The Conjuring, seems to be doing pretty well. Maybe this one, with all the hype, will be worthy. We shall see. I still give it a decide, but I lean to the pass. Bucky?
Like I said, there's nothing really... I don't see anything unique about this movie. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really have any major stars in it, as far as I can tell.
Right. Well, you never know who's underneath that mask. Could be Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right. So, just based on those things, I'm going to say pass.
Okay. Joe?
I'd give it a decide. This isn't really the type of movie I'm into. Mm-hmm. It's not. I'm more into sci-fi and stuff like that. So I really have no interest in this movie. I would say just if you got a couple bucks, check it out. If not,
Aliens. They're aliens. That's who's underneath the mask.
There you go.
That's a sci-fi movie.
Well, okay, there you feeling better now, Joe?
Yeah, now I feel much.
I
better.
like my explanation better. They were hot celebrities who were bored one night. They were, Tom Cruise is underneath that mask. You shall see. Kate Blanchett's one of his assistants.
As Pozzible would say, I think I'm more writer than you are.
No, I am the rightester of them all. I am more rightester. I am more in my rightestering than you are. And Bucky has lost the ability to speak.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You got it back.
Yeah,
you butchered the English language.
It was already butchered. Watch wrestling sometime.
Or was it butchered?
I do apologize for my butchered editing of the English language. Speaking of the English language...
Really, I tell you, sometimes he does actually speak intelligently.
Hey, there we go.
Sometimes.
Rarely.
Yes, I think it was like May 5th,
Hey, shut up!
1997.
So, moving on. Here's one show that's guaranteed to not butcher the English language. The World's End. Because it's done by... British people! And do they ever British the English language?
Wow.
All the time.
All the time, yes. You know, here, you gotta admit, this is exciting. This is a huge success story here. You got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Way back in England, they came up with this great TV show called Spaced. Or Spaced Out, I think, or just Spaced, right? It starred Simon Pegg. He was moving into this apartment. Nick Frost was there. They were the writers. They were the creators. You know, it's kind of like a Tina Fey type of thing, right? But these guys just kept growing. I mean, they came out with something before Shaun of the Dead. I forget what it was, but it wasn't that great. Shaun of the Dead was actually really good. Have you seen it, Bucky?
Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe?
No.
Okay. You should see it. It's actually pretty funny. It has some interesting moments to it. They're awfully British in that movie, though. That's the only thing I have to say against that movie.
Well, you got something against British people?
Oh, let's not go there.
I like British people.
Well, I don't mind British people, but do they... Well, let's not go there, okay?
Just because they ride
Okay,
on the lift. And
pretty much you're hearing it here. He does not like British people.
I like British people. I just wish they weren't so, British. So,
Wow.
I'm sorry. Okay.
He doesn't like tea.
There you go. Tea, well, it's had a funny aftertaste. You know?
So if I say I didn't like coffee, does that mean I don't like American people?
Well, no, everybody drinks coffee. It's just, if you have a problem with beer, though, that's un-American and Australian and Canadian. And, well, you're just against the world now, aren't you?
German
And you're just trying to cover up your tracks about hating British people.
I'm projecting them onto you now. All right, so moving right along. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were able to grow. They were able to make some great movies. I love British people. I mean, come on. They gave us Keira Knightley, for crying out loud. Who could hate anything that Keira Knightley comes from? And then they grew. They made Hot Fuzz, and Hot Fuzz was, for me, one of the best cop buddy movies ever. It was funny. It had really hard and just a great story, because I liked how Simon Pegg was the uber cop, and he was a real cop who took notes and helped people with their problems, and it wasn't shooting all the time until the end. Oh, spoiler alert. Anyway, in this one, we got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Is this supposed to be the end of the world? Because I got a hint from the trailer that the world's end is supposed to be what? A pub? Because they say we got to make it to world's end.
Right. The World's End is the name of the pub, which is why if you look at the movie poster, it shows the World's End pub sign.
So how is that supposed to save them from these killer robots taking over the world?
Are they robots or are they
they're
aliens?
Robots from another planet?
I don't know. Cause the thing is, when I first heard the title, I thought it was about the end of the world.
Kind of like This Is the End with Seth Rogen.
Something like that.
Me too.
And so,
me too.
I mean, had they gone that route, I would have been more interested in seeing it. However, with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, I did see Shaun of the Dead. I love Shaun of the Dead. I own Shaun of the Dead. Hot Fuzz, on the other hand, I didn't care much for that one.
Really?
There was just the plot line of what the big surprise, the big plot twist when it happens.
Oh, okay.
That was really my only problem with it, because it kind of destroyed a lot of the movie. But with this, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are a great combination. They work really well together. I mean, I even like them in Paul.
Oh, that's right. Paul came out afterwards, though.
Right. But I'm just saying that they make a great team. And so with this, I think it's going to be interesting to see that the basic plot of the movie is them going through 12 different pubs, because they're saying, I guess they're saying if they are going to die, they're going to die going through all 12 pubs.
Exactly, or something like that.
I'm guaranteed it's going to be funny, so I'm going to see it. I say see it.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts about this trailer was there was this time when this lady was talking to her friends, and she's like, "Oh, and now they're complaining about killer robots," and they're like twin girls on the other side of her. They stand up and they're like, "And did you believe him?" at the same time, So apparently these killer robots can take off your skin or something, or wear your skin as a hat or something. So Joe, what did you think of the trailer?
I wasn't too like drawn into this one.
Drawn
Drawn in.
Drawing.
Don't go off on a tangent again.
We're just trying to improve the English language. That's all.
It didn't appeal to me. I mean, I like stuff that's I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just was not really thrilled with this movie. So I'm like, I think I decide, but I don't really have that. I mean, maybe when the DVD comes out, I might check it out. But ultimately, for me, it was a fail.
Okay. Well, guys, that's it for now. Bucky, put down that vacuum hose.
It's not a hose.
The what?
It's actually a wand. The hose is
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's holding up the vacuum hole, and to the other you are out there, you know where he's holding it. So here we are having a very serious, heartfelt, inspiring, discussion on movies, and
with you butchering the English language and slamming on British people. Go ahead now.
Well, okay.
Yeah, he didn't butcher the English language. He butchered the English language.
Yeah. I'm improving it, okay? Until then, guys, thanks for stopping by. We hope to see you again soon.